It's a new year. It's the same you. It's also the new you. Mercury is stationing direct. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy 2024. We're starting off the astrological calendar with Mercury stationing direct in Capricorn. This is happening at 22 degrees Sagittarius, and we're in the range of Mars. So that energy I was talking a lot about on the full moon, this ragey, spiky, unfiltered, flamethrower, letting it fly kind of energy, verbal attacks, verbal assaults, confrontation. It's also funny, just as it could be a really entertaining aspect for people. I think social media is going to be a dumpster fire at that time, but also very entertaining. Maybe a little overwhelming with that square with Neptune, but entertaining nonetheless, very active. But we've got Mercury stationing direct. So as we know, when Mercury stations, whether it's retrograde or direct, those typical Mercury retrograde antics are going to amp up. So we're not in the clear, all right? We are not in the clear yet. So yeah, this is where electronics go awry. As I'm recording this right now, Mercury actually just stationed retrograde, and I had a bottle of olive oil fall onto the stove, and there was just glass all over the stove. And then there was a cracker explosion behind me from the kids, and right after we vacuumed. So it's just Mercury retrograde is just stuff hitting the fan, nothing going the way it's planned, and just silly snags and accidents and things breaking and not working. So, just be aware for those typical Mercury retrograde snafus right here on, like New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. So a couple days on either side. So travel, if you're trying to travel on this time, I would strongly advise changing your travel plans. I feel like, I don't know, maybe there will be some strange weather in some parts of the world, and that's going to affect travel. Things being clogged up. That makes a lot of sense actually with Mercury, Mars square Neptune. I feel like there's going to be definitely some issues with travel for that. So if you plan to travel right on New Year's, I would rethink that a little bit. But anyhow, we've got Mercury returning into that exact square with Neptune on the 8th of January. So that is a little bit of brain fog, maybe feeling that sense of overwhelm or the desire to check out. That aspect always makes me sleepy. I always feel like my brain is not as sharp on that day. So it's like a time to not lean as much into the technical as it is into the creative. On the 2nd of January, we have another New Year aspect that is going to stand out for us. This is Venus in Sagittarius in a square with Saturn in Pisces. Okay, so we've got our first Venus in Saturn square with Saturn in Pisces. We haven't seen this aspect in about 30 years. We really haven't. So this is going to be a new flavor that we get to experience. So everyone gets to observe this and see, because I'm going to be working with this a few more times before Saturn leaves Pisces. So this is an aspect that wants to, again, problem solve in relationships. This is often a time that wants to define the relationship. So if you had like a new exciting connection and you made out on New Year's Eve, this is where it's like, do we keep seeing each other? What are we? Can I introduce you to my folks? Like these are the types of conversations that we have with Venus and Sag, or the kind of conversation that says, we're doing this, but these are the requirements. These are things that I need. So this is often an aspect that helps us define relationships, define expectations. So if there's like an upset in the early stages of a relationship, this can be where we talk about it and we problem solve and we try to come to some agreement to make sure that we don't feel that way again. So I love Venus-Saturn aspects, being in a committed relationship, because these are often conversations about the future, things that we want to do together, things that we want to work toward, getting clear on each other's vision. But of course, if there's tensions, this is an aspect where we want to work on those. We want to reinforce the relationship. Venus in Sag, the unlimited sign of Jupiter. We talked about this in the Venus and Sag videos. It's kind of a spendy, self-indulging sign, which is great, tons of fun. But this is a moment with this square to Saturn where we want to reel it in. We want to try to hold off. The temptation is there, better believe. But this is like, yeah, I'm going to abstain from alcohol for a few weeks now. I'm going to try to. I'm going to abstain from cookies right now. So there's like a little bit of an abstinence energy here with Saturn, trying to contain it, set limits within reason. Venus in Sag, she wants to enjoy herself as well. But yeah, this is a moment of caution, of setting a boundary, of setting an expectation. This could be a time of cutting people off after the holidays. And yeah, I don't need to see that person as much, or whatever it may be, following that tumultuous Mercury Mars blow up, whatever happened. So this could be a moment of trying to repair damage. This could also be a moment of setting a boundary, whether that's within ourselves or within the dialogue of the relationship. So that's a little bit about Mercury stationing direct in Sag and Venus's square from Sag to Saturn. And that was your New Year's astrology shot of the day, and I'll catch you next time. Bye. Thanks so much for tuning in with me today. For more astrology in your world, you can connect with me on all platforms at Astro Catherine. You can also study astrology with me. The Foundations of Astrology course is an 11-week mentorship. It begins on January 25th. You can visit my website for more details, where you can also book your year ahead astrology reading with me, where we'll get into your personal natal chart, transits, progressions, profections, and the solar return. I look forward to connecting with you. Till next time. Bye.